Y'all, we made it through another week. Welcome back to my channel. We're going to be talking about the most expensive storage unit at auction in the country this week. I'm also going to update you on the 10x30 in Atlanta, Georgia that I featured last week that was full of road striping trailers and a seal coating trailer. What did it sell for? Did it sell? You're going to have to wait until the end of the video for that. Even though I'm not a vlog type channel, I do have a quick little story from this weekend. A lot of people ask me, what do I do for a living? And typically I tell them, hey, I run an e-commerce business. But for the first time ever, when someone asked me this weekend, I said I have an e-commerce business and I run a YouTube channel. And I'm not going to lie, that felt kind of cool. Like, I felt important for about 3 seconds. Then they asked me how many subs I have, and I just, 115. I saw the face just go from, oh, this chick's cool, to, oh, this chick's a loser. And you know what? It was totally worth it. So thank you to all 115 of my subscribers. Thank you for coming back, watching my videos, watching me talk about the most expensive storage unit at auction, because it's something that I love to do. And it seems like there's at least a couple people out there who think it's pretty cool too. Anyways, enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into this week's top auction. This week we are in Fort Myers, Florida for a 15x25 that's currently at $25,030. There are quite a few photos up for this unit, so we're going to pull them up and see what we've got. I don't know if someone used a Nokia to take these photos, but man, they suck. Despite that, I can see some comic book boxes. We have long boxes and we have short boxes. There's also some Diamond Comic Distributors boxes in there. I can also see some board games. This is an interesting one. And like usual, I'm going to give you guys a really quick buying tip. Whenever you have comic books, you will always have a chess set. They go hand in hand. It's kind of like Where's Waldo? You see comic book boxes, you got to look around for the chess set, and I found it in picture number 3. It's right on top of a medium box. I can't tell what kind it is, but it doesn't matter. It's a chess set. Now, that doesn't always go the other way. If you're looking at a storage unit, you don't see any comic book boxes, but you do see a chess set, doesn't mean comic books are in there. Now, as I'm scrolling through, I'm trying really hard, but these photos are really, really, really bad. It has flashes of being a personal collection, and then there's other things that look like a more established collector, a store owner. There's racking, there's things that, it could just be personal, and that's how they stored these things in their house, but like I see a foot bath, a massaging foot bath that you plug in, and so that's not a store. A little further into the unit, we can see a box that is open. I can see Snap-on, there's Star Trek something, and then it looks like the old components of a tube TV. Someone took it apart. In the back corner, in this one, we have a Funko Pop. We also have a medium box that says miscellaneous bedroom. So again, that leads more to this is a household unit versus a business. There are some comic books that are right in front of that miscellaneous bedroom box, and they do not appear to be in the greatest condition. The box is pretty banged up. Here we have another view of that box that said Snap-on. We have some other stuff in there. First off, there's a Star Trek interactive VCR board game. You can find some listed for $300. That doesn't mean they sell for that. I found them on eBay selling anywhere from $12 to $20. The box that says Milanco, sorry if I am not pronouncing that right, they sell wall shelves. There's another box underneath that says Star Wars. There's another one that says DVD game. And finally, we have that Snap-on box. Y'all, I did some serious digging on the interwebs for this one, and I actually found it. The side of the box says Funny Car Serious Tools. I did find one for sale. It is sold. It was on Mercari. It sold for $34, and it was listed as a drag racing Snap-on funny car. Toyota NHRA funny car. We can see a bunch of board games that are stacked on top of each other. We have Star Trek, a Star Wars Trivial Pursuit DVD, Seen It, Monopoly, another Trivial Pursuit, it looks like Pop Culture, Risk, Lord of the Rings, Monopoly, Lord of the Rings, Clue, and then another Trivial Pursuit, gosh, that's a tongue twister, Lord of the Rings. We can tell this person is a big old nerd, and I love nerds. I looked up almost every game there, and they all run at about $20 used on eBay. I have gone through all of the photos and now it's time to talk about this storage unit. Again, it is a 15 by 25. It's currently at $25,030 with just over 1 day left. I didn't see any real big ticket items. There's no one thing in there that stands out as being worth $25,000. I do think you're just buying this as a whole. You're anticipating good comics, you're anticipating figurines, Funko Pops, all that stuff that sells for a fair amount of money. Personally, I am not in the business to take a risk like this. Although everything is boxed in there for the most part, some of those boxes, especially the comic book boxes, don't appear to be in the best condition. And if the outer box isn't in the best condition, you're gonna go ahead and assume that there's gonna be damage to the comics that are inside. I do not think that this is a business. I do think this is a personal collection. Even though there is shelving in there, I think that's just how they stored the items inside of their house. So kudos to them. This is a big clean out, a big undertaking. I personally would not take this gamble, but it appears there are people in Florida that are willing to do so. It's a bulk buy. It's not a holy grail buy. Will you find something good in there? Probably. The chances are very likely. Are you going to find a $30,000 item in there? You know, it's always possible, but in my opinion, it's just going to be middle of the road stuff. With that being said, the photos, everything taken into account here, I do think that this unit will sell somewhere in the neighborhood of $26,500. That is going to be my guess. Make sure you come back next Monday so I can update you on what this storage unit sold for, because I have no life. So I will just sit here and watch it and you don't have to do any of the work. All right. Let's update you on last week's storage unit. As a refresher, it was a 10 by 30 in Atlanta, Georgia. We had 2 road striping trailers right up front that almost looked brand new. I mean, one of them still had the sealing on the propane tank attachment. We also had the seal coating trailer in the back. When we left this storage unit, it was at $20,710. And man, I uploaded my video and that unit was gone within an hour. It did not sell. The auction got canceled. Doesn't shock me. That was some pretty expensive equipment, and I'm glad that the business got their together and paid their bill. That's gonna do it for this week. And just a side note, I know it is cold outside for the majority of the country. Please, everyone, stay warm, drive safe, hunker down, wait for this cold front to pass, and then we'll be back to okay weather. Make sure to come back next Monday so you can find out how much this 15 by 25 sold for, and then I'm also going to bring you next week's top storage unit in the country at auction. So until I see you, I hope you have an amazing week, and please be kind to each other. Bye.